It feels like a 10. Sometimes we have to defend our feelings to others. Sometimes we have to expose our scars. Sometimes we have to describe our trauma. Sometimes we have to explain our pain. A very, very old note. For the past month or so, I've been dealing with episodes of illnesses that have had me sad and sometimes worried. But I'm not good at being sick and sharing myself when I'm in pain. So I got super antisocial, super quiet. I worked from home. My food was mainly delivered if I needed. And I made myself as comfortable as I could in an effort to ride it out until I was back to my old self. But the one thing I have had to do was go to the doctor a few times in the pharmacy. And if just to these persons, these professionals, I had to properly elaborate on my symptoms and rate my pain from 1 to 10. And this week I realized that I've been downplaying my pain when a specialist asked the question a different way. He said, from 1 to 10, how is the pain? With 10 being the worst pain you've felt in your life. See, I've been posed this question for years and nobody attached that last part. My initial remark was, in my life? Then I realized I've been trying to make level 10 pain something I've never felt before, and that is unrealistic. I can only rate pain based on my experience. Pain level is subjective. So if this is the worst pain I have ever felt in my entire life, this is my 10. Do you realize how many other areas of our lives we do the same thing with? We downplay our experiences and we compare ourselves with others who are coming from different backgrounds and got to their current states based on totally different experiences. Yet we've felt the need to look at ourselves and our lives and dismiss our own realities and instead play the game of comparison where our lives are only as important as whatever they amount to when compared to whomever else's seems important at the time. If your pain is a 10, it's a 10. Same goes for a number of other experiences. Just last night, in the middle of a conversation, I found myself comparing two close relationships that I hold, and I was comparing them not based on my perspective, but that of another person. And I'm nice, so people have for many years assumed they have a say in my personal life, in my personal choices, etc. But it takes strength to endure bullying, whether it's done peacefully or violently. I've learned that it does take less energy to rid yourself of said bullies and bullying than to endure and accommodate them. And emotional maturity and intelligence are required to not evolve into a bully towards someone else. We feel we have a right and maybe a responsibility to make strong suggestions into the choices of others based on our experiences or relationships with these persons, or maybe just what we amount as common sense. But we don't know the future, and we don't know what lessons await a person on their journey. So advising others may seem like a great idea, but chastising them for not making the choices we tell them to is not the best idea. Ask yourself, how is telling someone they must or mustn't do something any different from force feeding them nutritious, quote unquote, meals, or intentionally preventing them from eating something that they want to, not because it's poison or poisonous, but because by our knowledge it's not good for them. The world is filled with people imposing themselves on others, and with more people living out their lives in public, we often think it's okay to vocalize or type out what we think about other people's lives. It's unkind, and the more we do it, the less inhumane it feels to us when we're doing so. Many people have hidden behind screens and increased the pain, the anxiety, the emotional burden, deepened the scars and wounds of those who they don't personally know, and all under the guise of having an opinion about these people's lives. Maybe the issue is we all share too much, and it's time to reel it in. But just in case we are guilty of currently causing this issue in the lives of others who are just trying to navigate this world as best as they can, before stating opinions and feelings and concerns, let's all do a self-check. Do I really have the right? If the roles were reversed, would I want somebody else to do this to me? Will my input contribute to positive outcomes? Is this action or activity worth my time? And lastly, why am I really doing this? Is there a void in me that I'm trying to remedy or deflect from by peeping over fences while my basement is flooded and my kitchen is on fire? Pain and suffering are real experiences, whether onlookers are able to see physical proof or not. So until next time, spend your time being helpful, not harmful. First to self, and then to others. Take care.